We've got a super unique fix here that I really actually just want to share with everyone. So our goal here, I've got a little spare time today. Don't have to do too much mowing. Get the size of that rock. Anyway, I've got some spare time today here to fix some irrigation heads. And after diagnosing here this problem, since I bought this golf course here, I've had issues with the sprinkler head. Namely, just on this back part of the tee box, you can see it's fairly dry compared to the rest of the tee box, which is pretty nice. So we've got it dug up, got it dug around. There should be 1.5 inch pipe leading up to that. But you can see, let's just take a look at this here, at how old this is. This is Thompson Manufacturing Company, Los Angeles, California. So I can't see how old this is, but when they installed irrigation on this golf course, I believe it was back in the early 80s, so it's 2022, you're looking at about 40 years old. 40 years old, I've got 6 of these heads, original heads left on the golf course, and I'm going to be replacing one down to 5. And out of those 5 now, 4 of them work properly. So 4 out of the 6 still work. So I'm going to attempt to take this off here, and I'll kind of show you the process and if we can actually get this off of the swing joint without having to dig down and replace the actual swing joint itself, which hopefully we won't have to do. Hopefully everything, the threads underneath that is still intact. And we're going to put some Teflon tape on and hopefully throw this newer Toro sprinkler head on. Wish me luck. All right, so we screwed that off. Surprisingly, I didn't have to dig out this hole any more than what it was, but we've got this off. This weighs a ton. Look at the filter in there. You can still see those threads are still intact. The swing joint threads are still intact. You know, they need a little cleaning. The Teflon tape is there. But the swing joint is good. You know, it just needs to be cleaned off a little bit. Oh, yeah, the threads are perfect. This is a perfect situation here. So the reason why I don't have any issue with this swing joint or those swing joints is because these are hidden a little bit underneath the ground. The mower doesn't hit them. You'll get some of these swing joints that, hey, you know, they're 40 years old. The fairway mower hits them or whatever. You've got major issues because over time it moves, it leaks from the swing joint, from this part, well, on a newer head, from this part, the female end, to the male end. When you hit this with a mower, that's going to move around like that eventually. Just even little movements like that. That's why you need Teflon tape. You need some sort of pipe tape to use in order to mitigate the leak from there. Now, these new Toro heads are made pretty strong, and I don't really have an issue with those popping off unless I really hit it hard with a fairway mower or something going pretty fast. Otherwise, I really don't have any issues. So I don't foresee any issues with this system here. And you can see I've got a little bit of leeway here. That's maybe 1/2 inch taller. The new one is rather than this old one. So we really shouldn't have an issue because these stick down underneath the ground a good, what is that, 2-3 inches. If I put the phone there, you can't really see it. So we've got a little bit of leeway to work with, and it's looking pretty solid so far. So we're going to try to install this, and then we're actually going to try to run it and see how it goes. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Nice spider there. We're going to turn on the 6T box, which is station number 13. And we're going to turn that on for about 2 minutes here. just to see if everything works. Just want to make sure no head pops off, make sure there's no leak. It's gonna take a little while for the system to get going because this is the highest point of my golf course. You can see we're way up high. There we go, we got it. And that is working really tremendously. This is fantastic. So you can see I'm pretty happy with that. I really have no complaints. It's leaking a little bit, but we can live with that. That mainly right there, that has to do with that white ring. So that white ring may not be on there. After this turns off, I can kind of fine tune it a little bit, but there's no leak from down below. It's just leaking from the actual head, and that's maybe why I replaced that head a little while ago. But you can see the stream now is turning, and we're getting quite a bit of distance here. With these ones, you can see we've got double duty basically on that head, and we've only got single duty here, meaning that's got 2 angles that it shoots out. This only has 1. And although these work really good, there's just not that dual stream of water like the new heads have, and it doesn't spray as far either, especially when you get a little bit of wind. These heads just don't act like they should. And you can see there's not a lot of pressure there. And with that one, there's a fair amount of pressure. So, again, great example right there. You can see where the water is moving far out, but not where I need it short. These ones don't shoot very well short either. So overall, the newer head is just a better design. Granted, its longevity may not be there, but the design is night and day difference in terms of getting water onto your turf grass. So, tools needed for this simple irrigation repair. I have a 24-inch heavy-duty aluminum pipe wrench that I used. Depending on, your inch of pipe that you use, whether it's 1.5 inch, 2 inch, whatever, whether you're working on a fairway head, greenside head, tee box head. I used a Toro 830S series turf sprinkler for this. And I have a turf shovel. Fairly straightforward. And some pipe tape. That's all that was needed to do this repair. I'm really glad I did it. I finally had the time to do it. It took me all about 20-25 minutes, so not that bad. Pretty impressed with this so far. I just have to fine tune after I take that off. I have to fine tune the inside of this, the guts of it, and then it'll be totally fixed. So pretty impressed with that. That should fix this drying area right here, kind of moving into this part of the tee box as well.